So hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And I just decided to make this special little video because, as most of us know, MK doesn't have too long left to live. Pretty much, yeah, this game is gonna die in about, let's say, a week and a half, something around that area. I think it has just under 2 weeks to live, until Injustice 2 comes out. So I just decided to make this list of my top 5 personal. I'm not really going by statistics, how many tournament wins they have, offline. I'm not going by, like the entire, by what the entire community feels, but I'm kind of going by like me personally. But basically, I'm just gonna be talking about my all-time, pretty much over the past 2 years that this game has been out, my top 5 favorite Mortal Kombat players. So yeah, really, as obvious as it sounds, these are pro players. Obviously, they've been playing since, some of them have been playing since day one. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into this list. But anyway, guys, if you agree with the list, then just let me know. If you think some of the characters should be placed in a different order, then just tell me where in the comment section. Just better yet, leave me your list in the comment section if you have one. So anyway, we're gonna jump right into this. Now, at the number 10 spot, I honestly didn't want to put this guy this low on the list, but I would have to go with Cowboy, Wound Cowboy. So Wound Cowboy, this guy, I didn't know much about him. I didn't know nothing about him until I saw him play Foreverking. That's when I actually started to acknowledge this guy. Really, before that, I didn't pay too much close attention to him, but when I realized how good his Bone Shaper was, which is his main, he's been maining Bone Shaper since, I'm assuming, day one. Yeah, he is a Bone Shaper player. So I do respect Bone Shaper Shinnok players. I love them, and that's how I kind of got into Wound Cowboy. Wound Cowboy is a fairly decent player, and he did pretty well in most of his tournaments, especially at Evo. Jumping inside number 9 spot, I'm gonna have to give this one to a lot of people probably aren't going to agree with him being this low on the list, but I have to give number 9 to Madzin. And Madzin was just by far one of the best blood guys I've ever seen. At least before they nerfed them and whatever. When Blood God was nerfed, he just left Blood God completely alone because it just sucked dick at that point. I mean, watching his Blood God made me kind of actually give Blood God a chance, because before then I was a Coda player when this game first came out, but I never actually touched Blood God. I didn't really like it too much. But after watching him and watching how good that actual totem was, I decided to give it a try. And this is like late 2015 when I actually started to notice him a little bit. I started to realize how good his Blood God really was. But Madzin also played Grandmaster Sub-Zero. And you guys know me when it comes to Sub-Zero. If you guys seen my last video, top 5 annoying characters in this game. A lot of you guys know I don't really like Sub-Zero, Grandmaster Sub. But watching his just made me want to pick up Grandmaster Sub-Zero. Like, just because I just saw him play it. It's just, he just plays Grandmaster so well. I mean, he 6-0. I was one of those tournaments. He's 6-0 Foxy Grampa all the way from losers bracket. 6-0 that man. And I'm just like, Jesus, I didn't realize that Grandmaster was just that overpowered at the time. But that's at the time he had that armor launcher, that bat forward one. But anyway, on to the number 8 spot. So the number 8 spot, I'm gonna have to get this one to DJT. DJT wasn't always the best player in the world, but especially after seeing this guy in grand finals so many times. But unfortunately, he was probably the guy with the worst luck in grand finals. He will always lose to the best of the best players in grand finals. The Commonwealth, he lost to SonicFox in grand finals. But yeah, DJT definitely had a good run in MKX, even though, like I said, most of the time we got the grand finals, didn't really do too well in those grand finals matches. But I mean, at least some of them were close. Well, like I said, the one with SonicFox, Commonwealth. But anyway, at the number 7 spot, this spot goes to Tekken Master, and he's probably the only foreign player that's not from the US, the UK, or what's the other common country? Yeah, Canada. He's probably one of the only players who's not from either one of those countries. And as amazing as he is, like I was so impressed. Like I didn't notice this guy until very late. Well, really, it was at Evo 2016 when he actually hit top 8. That's when he surprised the shit out of me at Evo. He's probably playing MK before that. I'm not too sure. I didn't have too much background on Tekken Master, but Tekken Master was definitely one of my favorite Devoras to watch. But speaking of Devora, down to our number 6 spot, we have HoneyBee. Speaking of Devora, now HoneyBee was by far the best Devora MKX. Like if you think anybody else is better Devora than him, then hit me up in the comment section. Tell me who, please, because that guy's HoneyBee was ridiculous. Like watching his Devora was, you know, it was really entertaining, to be honest. And I think in semifinals Evo 2015 he put SonicFox and losers. Yeah, he was the one who put SonicFox and losers at Evo, and that's what pretty much drew my attention towards him and became one of my favorite, actually my favorite Devora player. Tekken Master was just my favorite War God Kodokan. But anyway, at number 5 spot, I'm gonna have to give this to Foreverking. Foreverking is definitely up there. He is definitely by far one of the best players. Yeah, Foreverking, he bro, even before that, I was watching this guy in Injustice 1 and in MK9. That guy was he was always just a freaking beast. But like MKX, the fact that he could just play, you know, multiple characters, he didn't have to always like resort to one. Actually there's a few people who can play multiple characters, but his characters were actually my favorite characters, the characters that he knew. Like you know, he has a decent crystalline tremor, he has a decent Kung Lao, he has a really good Kung Lao. As a matter of fact, he's probably one of the best Kung Lao players out there. I mean, his Kung Lao it's probably like top 3, like behind maybe Slayer. Well, no, maybe behind DJT and Foxy Grampa, but like his Kung Lao was really good. Also, he took 2 tournaments in a row. I think he's the only person to actually do that, take 2 in a row. He took TFC in 2015, and he took TFC in 2015, and he also took Summer Jam in 2015. Beat SonicFox in Grand Finals. And Summer Jam, and he beats, I think, DJT and TFC 2015, and he got actually his most recent tournament. I think this is the most recent tournament. His Michigan Masters tournament. He went against his little brother, Foreverking Jr. Honorable mention, by the way. You know, he went against him in Grand Finals, but his brother did beat him in Grand Finals. Foreverking Jr. Anyway, at number 4, I'm gonna give this spot to Hayatei, and Hayatei was unfortunately one of the few characters, not few characters, but he was one of the few players to just suffer from, you know, a nerfed character. And as most of you guys know, I also play Ronin Takeda, but I still play him even after patch. Like yeah, he was one of the unlucky players who he really just kind of slowed down, like in his MKS career, when he just got his main nerfed. He got Takeda Ronin nerfed. I think he was the one who actually got this man nerfed, because that overhead was so fast and it was just hitting everybody. He used to always I actually went against this guy before. I ran into him in a ranked. We did Ronin mirrors. I don't know if he remembers me, if he somehow manages to see this video, but like I ran into this guy's Ronin and he just fucking demolished me. Like my Ronins didn't stand a chance against his. But definitely the Ronin of the world, man. He was definitely the best Ronin player in the world. I don't care what nobody says. Like he's definitely the best Ronin in the world. But I think he switched to Aaron Black Marksman, and then from there he really hasn't got that many wins ever since, you know, Ronin got nerfed. But basically what introduced me to him was his win. Well, the fact that he destroyed HoneyBee, because before then I liked HoneyBee before Hayatei. I knew HoneyBee before him. And he 3-0'd HoneyBee in Canada Cup 2015, so that's what kind of drew my attention towards him. And his Ronin was really nice, and since then I've been playing Ronin because of him, so I give props to Hayatei for that. Anyway, the number 3 spot, like the top 3, man. A lot of you guys are going to probably disagree with this one, but it's at the number 1 spot. You might disagree. At the number 3 spot, keep in mind, this is me personally, man. I will put Scar at number 3. Scar is my number 3, man. Scar definitely has, he can play definitely the characters that everybody would usually struggle to play. So like his hat trick is good, his Cobra Ops Sonya Blade is good, and plus he's just like a really almost untouchable player. That guy is amazing. Like he, throughout the entire MKX lifespan, man, he was just a straight beast, especially considering that it was one of those tournaments in 2015. It was an online tournament. He was down by 2. He pulled out a hat trick against SonicFox's Cassie. He just started destroying SonicFox as soon as he pulled out a hat trick. That's what kind of just got me to feel, feeling Scar a little bit more. He started giving him a chance. Started watching a lot of Scar matches and realizing how good that guy actually was. I just quickly just kind of started watching Scar. I just kind of quickly fell in love with him. No homo shit. But anyway, to the number 2 spot, man. This spot will have to go to, by far, the best European player. The best European player by far. If he's from the UK, man, could it really be anybody else? I said he's from the UK. Come on, man. Foxy Grampa. Like, it really couldn't be nobody else. Had so many grand final appearances, man. Just had so many. Just Jesus Christ. Like this guy, man, Foxy Grampa. Like it's sad that when people beat him, they just pop off on him. When people just beat him, they just go ham when they beat this guy, man. Especially when he gets sent to losers bracket. I remember White Boy beating Grandpa in 2015. I just remember watching that entire match. That match was just so hype, man. But I really want to say a lot more about the people that I'm talking about, but I don't want to make this video too long. Anyway, actually I have 3 honorable mentions. They didn't make the top 10 list, but they would have been definitely, in top 15 or something like that if I made a top 15 list. But Circle Destroyer, Young Monster, Slayer. Actually, I have 2 more. Not 3, but I have 5 honorable mentions. So 2 people I actually forgot. I forgot about how did I forget Dragon, man? I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know how I forgot Dragon. I forgot about Dragon, and I forgot about Rio. Rio might not be really, like, a lot of people might not be thinking Rio for this one, but like I have to give respect for Rio, man. I have to give props to Rio and Dragon. Down to the number 1 spot, Perfect Legend, guys. Perfect Legend. I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. I'm serious now. Okay, at the number 1 spot, SonicFox. Like, come, this guy, man. This guy is probably the youngest, one of the youngest players out there. But hold up. First of all, he probably has one of the most tournament. He probably has the most tournament wins of any player in MKX. Probably has the most tournament wins. He won Evo twice. He won Evo 2 years in a row. I hope they have Evo MKX in 2017. I mean, they probably not, but I hope they do, because if he wins Evo 3 fucking years in a row, SonicFox is probably one of the luckiest like players out there, considering he's just as young as he is and he's just destroying all these older guys out here, man. Not to mention that he just, I'm sorry Perfect Legend fans, he just destroyed the shot of Perfect Legend Summer Jam, just 13-0 his ass. I mean, just seeing this guy everywhere. If you just hear anybody on the topic about, some of the best MKX players, SonicFox is going to be in there, man. He's going to be talked about. He's going to be mentioned a few times, man. SonicFox, that guy's just fucking amazing. And not only that, he can play multiple characters. Hold up, the characters I've seen him play, I've seen this guy play Jason before. I've seen his Leatherface before. I'm not sure if any of you seen his Leatherface. He's never played Leatherface in a tournament, I don't believe, but I've seen him play Leatherface. Of course, his main Aaron Black, he used to play Outlaw, kind of switched to Gunslinger. I don't know what happened to Outlaw, what made him stop. I guess like they took the armor away from you know, the EX Sand. That's what kind of made him stop playing Outlaw. But I seen this guy, well, I think he was probably the one who got Katana ass nerfed. She got nerfed because of his ass. He played Crowd Master Sub-Zero at one point, kind of stopped playing him. Like when the patch race came out, he started playing Crowd Master a little bit. And he plays a little bit of Jackie. I've seen him play Jackie a few times, and Cassie. I think that's what a lot of people like him for, is Cassie and Aaron Black. That's what he's best known for. Anyway, guys, other than that, hopefully you did enjoy. I am hyped for Injustice 2. All the people who I just talked about, if I don't see him in Injustice 2, man, like if any of them don't show up in Injustice 2, I'm just gonna be one sad motherfucker, man, just to be honest, man, because I'm just be bored not watching these players at all. But anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. MKX, I will still be playing MKX. I will come back to this game every now and then, but when Justice 2 comes out, I can't wait to start posting videos on that game. I really can't wait. But anyway, guys, goodbye MKX, and see you guys next video, guys. Peace out.